Hey guys, so we're back working on Christine's quarters again, and we're going to go ahead and pop this panel off here now so we can go ahead and do all the cleaning on the inside and rust treat it and all that good stuff. Looks like we got the fitment pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and start unclamping everything, get all these clamps undone, pull this thing out, and then show you guys inside before we go and rust treat everything. And I know we got some patching to do on the inner wheel well here, so we'll go ahead and take care of that once we get this off here and see what we got. So let's take a look real quick. This is some of the patch panels that we pulled off some of the other cars. They were pretty much rust free, and this is the panel. I'll explain more about this once we get in here and get digging into where it's got to go. But we rust treated these already. We cleaned them all up really good, rust treated them. They look fantastic, so that's good to go. And one more patch is an outer skin patch, which you're probably wondering, why are we putting Swiss cheese on the car? Well, it's kind of a, we're not, but I'll explain more as we get going on what this is for. But this is going to go out here because the bottom lip on this quarter is gone, and we just need from here down is all we need. And these are holes that we had drilled out for plug welds, spot welds that we drilled out, but it'll go down here like this. So some of this pink quarter will be on here, up here in the dog leg area, and then we're going to have to piece this bottom piece right here just to get this in here and this piece in here. And this is the piece that's covered by the stone guard. You can see where the stone guard went here all the way there. So quite a bit of cover up there with the stone guard. So I mean, that covers pretty much everything there. So that's good, but we do want this original lip on the car. So that's what that's for. So let's get this thing unclamped and go from there and show you on the inside how good a shape this is on the inside. Now, it took a while to get this all fitted in here, but I'm going to go ahead and shoot some photos real quick on how we got this fitted. I already got a couple of lines drawn to where for realignment once we put it back up here again. But I'm going to go ahead and take a bunch of photos of how we got it fitted right now. We'll come back and go ahead and take it off then. So. Okay, so we got all of our photos taken. Now we're going to go ahead and take all these clamps off here so we can get this panel back up. We'll leave these. Actually, I think we'll take these now. And I don't remember how I got this one. I think I had it get it from the inside. Now when we pop it off there, we have a place to put it. Done. Two more. And that's how you remove a quarter panel. Just like that. So we got our pieces that we're messing off our tool. And you can see we got a lot of cleanup in here to do. I mean, this is really nice shape in here, but we're gonna have to wire wheel this all out and clean this all really, really good so we can rust treat all this and then go from there. We'll do the same along here, clean this wheel well lip up and decide what we're going to do with that dog leg. So let's let it on the table. Okay, so there's a little bit of rot right in here where it rotted through. This is where our overlap goes for our other piece. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just cut this so it's even across like this, along there. Boom, and then just get rid of that piece right there. So it'll be on our new piece. There'll still be an overlap, but it'll be on our new piece. So that should be good to go, I do believe. I'll probably just go like this and then zoop down. So, oh, I got my marker. Let's just draw that in. So I think I'll probably go like this. Try to keep maybe a 1/2 inch to 1/4 of an inch overlap, somewhere in there. About a 1/2 inch overlap. And then cut that like that and get rid of this piece. So we're also going to go ahead and rust treat all this really good. We're going to pull this quarter out and rust treat as much of this up in here as we can. The wheel well lip, we got some pitting going on here. So we did cut this piece out here. This is what we cut out of here, and took and made this piece up to fit in there. This piece here, right here that we've already replaced, is here on this one, which is supposed to go like this. Hard part comes from just trying to fit it in here. I mean, you can see the circle part here, and then the circle part in there where it's supposed to be. But I just don't know how I'd get this in there. There we go. I could cut up here over the circle part and then just butt this in the same spot. So we're gonna go ahead and cut this piece out here. Cut this piece out here that we put in. Eliminate that out to this edge. Try to keep a little bit of this for right now. Let's see what we got. So I'll get some tools and get ready for that. So we got the inside of the quarter panel. We had it all rust treated. So we got the new quarter panel that's gonna be going on this side, all rust treated and sanded down again and then primered. So you can see everything looks good down inside there. This is all original metal. Nothing's been patched in here yet. There's one pinhole right here. If you look really close, see if I can get you in there. If you look really close, like right here, you see that? I gotta go ahead and weld that shut. You can see it on the outside right here. Right there. Because it took the whole quarter panel down to bare metal, and we had a dent. I don't know what that is. Try down there. I don't know. Let's figure that out. Anyways, we had a dent right here around where the bumper bolt area is. This is all dented in, caved in. I put the hammer dolly on it, and I think I got it pretty good right now. It feels pretty good. Maybe a little high, which is good. We'll go ahead and hammer it down a little bit later once we get some primer, get ready for body work and all that good stuff on it. But final body work, we also had a little dent back here. We bumped out a little bit, so that's good. Other than that, everything else is nice and smooth on this. These lineup marks here are still here where we had it lined up on the car before, so we can put it right back where we had it before. We'll sand those down later. But I want to take this down to metal so we can get this prepped and ready for body work. So we'll probably shoot a thin coat of primer on this, just, you know, then get it back on the car and sand off what we need. You know what I mean? Where we're going to be welding. Down here, you know, we'll deal with all that later. We covered a little bit of that in some of the other videos. This, again, is the quarter panel for the other side. The driver said they got to go ahead and dissect and tear this apart. I got to get it so it's more similar to just like this one. So I got to go ahead and do the wonderful, dreaded task of drilling out all the spot welds along the wheel well lip. So I got to go do that on this side yet, and then I'm going to keep the inner in case there's any patchwork I got to do on the inner over there when I cut that off. But so that's that. Now we got to go ahead and move over here, and we got the quarter panel off the car here. I got this newspapered up because we're going to go ahead and rust treat, pull this out. I'm going to rust treat as much as I can up here underneath this wheel well lip, as much as I can. All right, so I'm going to get the camera set up. We're going to go ahead and do some rust proofing in here and get this done, so we can start doing some welding on this and bam, bam, get back on it. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and spray this rust reformer up here because I can't get up there really good. I'm going to go ahead and pull this quarter panel out as much as I can. I got a wedge on with a 2x4 right now, but I want to spray this in there the best I can. And I don't really think I can get in it from the inside of the car, but I don't know, because we're not taking the whole quarter off. But we're going to use the Rust-Oleum rust reformer and see how it works. Yeah, because it looks like up in here further, the factory undercoating is still up in there, so that's good. We'll just pull this out. We'll pull this out and shoot up in there the best we can. Oh, it's shooting pretty good in there. It's fantastic. Fantastic. Now it looks black already. Oops. But it's supposed to reform rust. I don't want to spray too much in the back. Quite frankly, I'll tell you how it works. You get it done, you can get it done, or you can get it done faster. It depends which way you want to go. So we're going to choose today to get it done faster. So we're just going to use the bigger cutoff wheel and throw some sparks. So we're going to be throwing them the wrong way. Whatever. Let's get it done. Flat disc and fix that up. Alright, so we got the flippy flappy disc, and always make sure these babies are off, man, before you plug them in. I'll tell you what, we've had too many of these things come back and bite us because they were on. Alright, let's get the cutoff wheel again, and we'll start cutting this patch here out, because that's where we got to work on. We'll get this cut. Get the flappy flap out of the way. And I don't know if I'm going to, well, maybe I will. Use the big cutoff wheel in a minute. I want to be a little bit more intricate on it, but I'll be okay. Dries pretty fast. We're going to make sure that it's good and covered. All right. Let's cut some damn steel. Let's get the scissors and cut some steel. I love to cut. I love to cut the crap out and make it look better. You know what I mean? Clean this up just a little bit with the flat disc. Always set the flat disc on your crotch when you start it up before you check to see if it's off, just in case. Now I'm going to grab a screwdriver and pry in there. See if I can separate those two pieces so I can start to get this one in there. Like, oh yeah, like so. But then I gotta pry these apart a little bit more, so I gotta find out what exactly it's gonna give. And I think I'm gonna take this piece off. I think I'm gonna take this piece off right here and just, you know, stay with what's there originally. Of course, I got patches to do there. I gotta weld this up and patch that. But I think it'll be easier to do once this piece is out of the way. I'm gonna have to cut up a little bit higher. Cords. Everywhere's cords. Cut this up just a little bit higher. Like this. And so if I could take that whole piece over like that, that'd be great. Let's see, because I'm almost where I need to go. That would be nice. There we go. Then in. So I'm gonna have to open up that gap right there between those two. Gotta be super careful, precision right here. Glasses. Precision cutting right here. Between these two areas. No, I'm not saying that's the right way to do it. I'm saying that's the way that I did it. But I don't know if it's gonna work. Yeah, so I'm gonna get a screwdriver, hammer, so we can open that gap up just a little bit so we can test fit. You know, when it comes to doing this stuff, there really isn't a right or wrong way. There's just kind of, you know, you do it your way, I'll do it mine type of thing. But there really isn't a right way or a wrong way. It's just the way we're going to try it. Okay. And it may or may not work. We don't know. Alright, I'll put a little opening in here and here. We don't want to bend it too much. Oops, sorry guys. Trying to get you the best view. Alright, let's take this piece here, fit this in here. Move it up a little bit. And we are way low at that point. But we're battling kind of the inside floor. I don't really want to mess with the spot welds. I'll just cut it off and grind it down. Alright, so let's do it, I guess. God, I hate to cut that off. Let's do it. I guess we gotta progress. When you want something, you just can't find nothing. Can't find nothing. I was always told, learning metalwork, I was always told to keep as much of the factory metal as you can. So I don't know who, what, when, where, or why, but I always try to keep as much factory metal as I can. That's a huge lip. It's fighting me there. Yeah, I am hitting a weld there at the top. Like right in there is where I'm hitting. I think I'm just going to cut this off and go as far in as I can to match the holes up, and then just use that. And I'll just cut this at an angle because I'm getting caught, I'm quite sure, right up in here. Feels like there's a plug weld right there, and I'm not going to drill that out. Yeah, there's definitely a plug weld, spot weld right there. That's what's holding me up, guaranteed. We got another piece of flat metal to slide in there that's stronger. And maybe I can decipher if there's any other areas we're going to hit. Get the scrap piece here. Slide in and see how far we can get in here below that. And we're all the way underneath that up to there. going on? There we go. There we go. We are very close. So close. That's there. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, so we're low. We're a little low. That takes care of the low. That danger puts us right dead on, right there. This is pretty good. All right, so I know you're gonna be disappointed, but the rubber gloves were just getting too hot and sweaty, so I had to go to the my classic ones, Speedway gloves, which Speedway does not sponsor the channel. However, you know Speedway, it wouldn't kill you to throw just a couple pair of gloves, you know, our way. I mean, we use them every video, every time. We love the gloves. We use them to weld in everything, to do our metal work. It wouldn't kill you just to throw a few pairs of gloves our way, just saying, you know. So, you got a Speedway? Speedway Motors? Check it out. Come on. Get on board. Everybody's doing it. Okay, so this is a big mistake cutting that hole out right now. We can't do that yet because we don't have the new piece lined up or tacked or traced out or nothing where it needs to go. So what I'm going to do instead is cut all this garbage out of the way around the edges. Line the new piece up, tack it in first maybe before I cut this hole out. Because this hole is everything as far as our lineup. So, almost made a big mistake. Thanks for telling me, guys. All right. So let's do that. Let's cut this one off too then. Cut there, so we'll do the same thing here on this one. I'm gonna mark this one along here. Cut it right along that edge too. Just I want to make sure I don't get too much of that edge, so I'm gonna use a marker too. All right, let's get this cut and let's use the little one because I got it on my lap. And I'm not, you know, not that I don't trust myself, but I don't trust myself. All right, now let's see. Fit. All right. Jump in. Oh, look at that. What a fit. Push this up. Push this up. That in. That's where it's got to be. Okay. This is a long process. It won't have this problem on the other side because the other quarter is like mint, no patchwork, so I mean, I gotta do all those quarter fitting to the other side too, but not to the extent of this side. This is the worst side, so I'll get it done first. Alright, let's test fit our new piece again. Hopefully it didn't take too much off there. You never know, probably. Probably did. And boom, 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 boom. Okay, so that fits good. I'm just gonna run with it. I still gotta figure out how to get that out of there. Or leave it there. What's that you say? Leave it there? Well, that's not a bad idea either. I mean, what's it gonna hurt? Right? Absolutely nothing is it's gonna hurt. I don't know, I'm thinking I might leave it. Now that you mention it. Thanks for suggesting it, guys. I'm gonna give this a little bit of thought. I'm gonna come back at you guys here soon, so I'll bring you back with what I decide to do. Alright guys, we're gonna get this piece welded in right here. One down there, one up there. I think I'll be alright. Give mittens on, because you know, safety first. See if we can get this welded on here without smacking the camera and knocking you guys around. grind, we can clean that up. Good deal. Good deal. So that's done. Alright. Now we gotta get this front part on here, which we're gonna have to grind that off. Every place here we gotta weld. See that? Can you see that? So hey, I wanted to show you guys some close-ups of the work that we did in the wheel well here. Now we went ahead and rust coated all this and put the new pieces in here. Got those all welded in, everything's good. Got that all sealed up, rust treated and painted, so that is good to go. I'm gonna go ahead and take you guys off the tripod. Totally lost a magnet. Yeah. All right, so bringing it in here to the quarter panel. All of the outer wheel, or excuse me, the inner wheel housing here, the outer part of the inner wheel housing. We got that all rust treated and painted. So that's all good to go. Got the new piece put in here that came off the other car. That's good to go and all sealed up. They're good. This all came off the donor car, the Texas car in the front right here, so that's all good. Went ahead and welded it to the inner rocker down here. So once again, that's good. So in here you'll see the result here, and I apologize I don't have my light in here. Hopefully you guys can see this really well, but this is where we slid the other piece in. Welded everything up really good. We did quite a bit of plug welds around here, welded all up along the back side here where we pieced the new piece on. That's all welded and seam sealed. We put the new patches in here and the other patch in here. Then eventually we can duplicate the undercoating look as best as we can once we get this all finished and get it off the frame and all that good stuff. So I still got some patches to do on the back right here. I got to do this piece right here. Once we get the new piece in there, we'll put a piece to go up along there. So yeah, then that'll be good. And a lot of welding to do. A lot of welding to do yet, guys. But that's a no-brainer. So we went up as high as we could with the rust proofing and undercoating, all that good stuff up inside there. I think we got it all pretty good. Now one thing we are going to have to do is on the new quarter panel, if you remember, The dog leg area of the new quarter panel going on here is not good. So this is the one that we took off the Texas car. Again, this one not that good as well, but the bottom part that we need right here is good. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut this right in here somewhere, cut this off, because from here on up is still good on the quarter panel. It's here down that we need this shape right here to stay with the factory shape. And I really want the factory shape. I don't want to try to make this. I'd rather just use an original piece if I can. So all these holes were spot welds that I drilled out to get it off the other one. So this one's going to sit on here like this. Okay. Roughly like this. Go on there like that. Just like that. And that should give me the factory dog leg piece that I'm after right there. And then that'll give me someplace to tie right into the new rockers right here. I can tie into the new rockers right there. Finish my piece out to piece the gap, and should be good to go from there. So I will weld this on once I know where the quarter will set. Once I get the quarter on there, then I can go and weld this on there later. So, but that piece will be going in there later. I got this again all primered and rust treated and primered. We'll get some paint on that when we know exactly what piece we're using yet. So, but yeah, so that's that part. The whole quarter panel is all down to bare metal, so that's good. I mean, it's a super clean quarter off Susie, the 4-door car, and inside is really nice too. Turned out really nice. All original metal. Pretty stoked, pretty excited. So this piece will go up like this. Just like this. And of course that all gets pushed up there quite a bit. Yeah, in a nutshell, that's kind of how it's going to fit. It's going to be much tighter, and once you get all the gaps all set, it's got to be gapped, obviously, and all that good stuff. Yeah. So, alright. So pick up, look at all the lineup marks on here. Go ahead and get it set in here for now. There you go. And then you see it go something like that. Pretty close to like that. So it fits the car really good. So to get it tacked on there. So we'll go from there though. Alright guys, let's do a quick recap. So we got the rear quarter here ready to go on. I've got the weld through primer on several areas of it, and I went ahead and just sprayed inside of here with a semi-gloss black so we can kind of just, because it's going to be hard to get to basically when it's in the car. So I'm not sure if I can get to 100%, so I wanted to at least give it a semi-gloss base here. Got some holes here drilled for the plug weld, but we're going to weld to the other wheel well inside the car. Sprayed it all up in here. Got a little bit of paint on the back here. Got some weld through primer on the back right here, because this is where this surface is going to touch the other surface on the car. This is going to be cut off. Don't worry about this later on. That'll all be cut off. But I got some paint on the back of that. That's good to go. Over here to the car, I got a board propped in right now, just kind of hold that quarter panel out so I could get the undercoating back there. So we sprayed all this with undercoating back here, and then all on this lip we sprayed with the weld through primer all the way along. So that's going to be right up underneath there. The whole lip is all sprayed, and inside here we didn't, because it's going to be lap welded in here, a solid bead all the way down. So we'll have a little piece obviously there to replace once we get the quarter panel in. But this is all sprayed weld through primer as well, where it's going to sit right on this layer. It only overlaps about 1/4 of an inch or so, maybe a little bit more on this wheel well housing right here. So we'll push this out, kind of get that plug welded to the new quarter going on. So, and then back here we got some spots cleaned off back here and all that good stuff ready to go. So you can see I got all my lineup marks here on the car where the quarter hopefully will line up again. You know, the reality of it is you just live and learn, man. Sucks because I went through, I spent, I don't know, half a day lining this quarter panel all up, getting it so nice lined up. It was like freaking beautiful. You guys seen it. And I forgot to put the weld through primer on, where there was metal to metal gonna be touching. So I didn't want to cut no corners like many others that I see. I didn't want to cut no corners, so I pulled it all back off. Sucks, really sucks, but I pulled it all back off to do it right, because I'm not building a half car here, dude. I want to do the best I can on it and make it look good and make it last as long as I can make it last. It'll probably outlast me. Well, it'll definitely outlast me. But anyway, so you get the idea. But anyway, yeah, so this is all set and ready to go. I'll come back at you when we get the quarter panel all back up there again. Who knows? Could be half a day to get it all positioned right. I hope it goes a lot faster this time. Thankfully, you guys are here with us. So we're going to go ahead and get this quarter panel clipped up here and come back at you when that's all done. And hopefully we'll be ready to weld once we come back. So. All right, guys, so we're back, and I got the quarter panel back on here again. Everything is weld through primer now underneath here. As I showed you before, all inside of the quarter panel is painted. All the weld through primer back through here. Anyway, enough said. Let's go. All right, guys, you guys can watch while I weld this, but I'm turning some music on, so you guys are going to hear some generic royalty-free stuff. So don't blame me. Blame YouTube, because I gotta have some music. I can hear music.
I gotta find the body mounts.
Didn't ask, bro. Why is this stupid song on? I didn't play this. It does? How come?
There's a quarter on it.
Well, there was a quarter clamped to it before.
Yeah, to see it tacked on is weird.
Oh, I got a wire brushed down in here. My guess is delivering a package. I gotta clean this up inside the trunk. This looks like a second grader did it in here. Anyways, we got the quarter kind of tacked on there right now. And it doesn't look too bad. I mean, we got a little indentation spot right here where there was a dent in the car right here. So I'm gonna have to pull those out. I'll have to reach in from the inside, push that quarter out, line it up right here, and then we'll worry about this. Okay. Like I said, this bottom piece is getting cut off anyway because this is going on there. The lower section of this is going on there. So we got to cut this off too. Cut this off. Through there. And put that on here. To get that. And then we'll run the quarter back to there, or the rocker back to there. So we got to finish plug welding all the seams along the bottom of the wheel well yet, which, yeah, those are not going to be pretty because the spot welds are so close to the edges of the wheel. I don't know, it just sucks. But then I got to go back in and bead weld all through here. We're going to bead weld that just to make it nice. Put a piece in here, I got to do that yet. And that'll be done. I got to undercoat everything once I get the car flipped up. But yeah, so the quarter doesn't turn out too bad for tack welding anyways. In this back corner, we got to, we close it all up pretty good. Finish welding all that up. You can see right down the quarter, doesn't look too bad. I don't think we warped it by tack welding it, so shouldn't have anyways. So that should be good. Get that finished up. All right, guys, so I got quite a bit of stuff done today. Let's take a look and do a quick recap on the progress on Christine. So we're finally starting to make some really good progress on this car. And, well, we'll bring you along. Let you guys see. Okay, so the outer rocker is not on there yet, of course, unfortunately. It's just sitting there. But we do have the passenger's quarter all tack welded on at this point. We do got to hack that rocker off yet and all that good stuff. And there's the other dog leg piece down there. It's going to be going on there. But yeah, so that one's all tacked on. Hopefully next time you see it, it'll have another quarter on it. Basically, it'll be the first time this car's had quarters on it since we got it. Really, because I mean, they were so bad. And the rockers were pretty much non-existent, so we're kind of excited to get those on there too. And from there on, it's just gonna be one little patch right there, which, oh, I'm excited. I can't wait. I'm super stoked that the sheet metal work might be seeing a little bit of daylight at the end of the tunnel, which is great. I'm excited, so we can get this car solid again. I think we're doing it right. So the important part to me was, there's been several times I thought about buying another Christine car, already done, but honestly, I've seen some pictures of them up close, and no, I'm not doing that. I'm happy with what I'm doing right here. I think I'll be very happy with the outcome of this car. Yeah, I think it'll be done right. So hopefully, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm learning, right? Nobody's chewing me out yet, so that's good. So I'm gonna do it the way I want to do it, and that's all there is to it. So, but look at that, Finally, it's starting to get the profile of a quarter panel on it. Amazing. I mean, this thing was a rot box. This was probably one of the worst Plymouth Belvederes that I ever seen when we got this car. That's why we nicknamed this car the Rust Bucket Belvedere. And that's exactly what it was. But hopefully we'll get her taken care of, get her fixed, and yeah, turn it into that up there. That's my buddy Tony's car up there. I keep it on the wall for inspiration to keep me going. So we'll keep moving. Anyway, guys, thanks for checking in. We appreciate you, and we will see you in the next video when we get some more progress on this old girl. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to share it with your friends. If you got any Christine fans out there. Any Christine fan friends? They might want to see it. Just saying. But all right, guys, we'll catch you on the next one. Take care of yourselves, take care of your families. We love it. Peace.